Grandmaster Ray Robson makes his way to the board. He's facing a big challenge at the World Rapid Championships 2025. Here, Ray Robson is playing with the white pieces against the one and only Magnus Carlsen. In comes Wesley So, who's just there to have some chat before the game. He's speaking to international arbiter Chris Bird. All three Americans there, they know each other very well. I'm pretty sure they've spent a lot of time at the St. Louis Chess Club. And there you can see Nihal Sarin passing by. Ray Robson is known for his excellent tactical abilities. He's very sharp tactically, and he is going to play against Magnus. This will be interesting because whenever Magnus takes on opponents who are slightly lower rated than him, I always am keen to see how they would fight against Magnus. And there you see a handshake, and off we go. Ray Robson opens the game with pawn to d4, and Magnus takes a bit of time and plays d5. Now, there are some opponents where you have to innovate in the opening because they are theoretically so well prepped. For example, someone like Anish Giri. But when you are facing someone like Ray Robson, I think Magnus doesn't really care about equality or anything of that sort because he knows that his opponent will sharpen the game, will play stuff which will make it exciting. Knight to f3, and now many moves possible. Magnus chooses knight bd7. g3 is a very logical move here that is played by Robson. He goes into Catalan stuff. I mean, bishop g5 or bishop f4 are the main moves, but he goes g3, bishop e7, bg2, Magnus castles, and b3 played, defending the pawn on c4. And Magnus brings his bishop out to b7 on this diagonal. Castles, and now bishop b7 played. The idea is that at some point you would like to strike in the center with pawn to c5. He plays his pawn to c5, striking in the center. The knight jumps to e1. The bishop is pinning the pawn in the center. Here, Magnus plays rook e8. One of the plans is to put the bishop on f8, g6, bishop g7. Rook goes to c1. And now rook to c8 played. We have pawn takes pawn taken here. And you can take with the knight on d5, but Magnus decides to take with the pawn. The point is that if you take d takes c5 now, Magnus cannot capture back with the pawn because his pawn in the center is falling. So he takes back with the knight. He is left with an isolated pawn. Generally, the knight can actually swivel down to d4. He goes with the other knight from f3 to d4. And this should definitely be a small edge for white. But look at how Magnus plays. First, plonks his knight into the center. Bishop h3 attacking the rook. The knight drops back, blocks the diagonal. And now Ray Robson plays knight to b5. He's attacking the pawn here. Rook c5. If you take here, queen a8 and the knight is in trouble and a2 is falling. So he goes knight d4. Magnus puts pressure on this diagonal. Now pressure in the center. Queen comes up, connecting the rooks. And now knight takes knight. I mean, you don't want to be under this pin here, so you take back with the bishop. And now bishop takes d4. I think if knight takes d4, there's queen f6 putting pressure on f2 and d4. So it takes with the queen. Now the queen in the center looks good. White's position looks fine, but bishop a6, I love this move because e2 is soft. And look at the time for, he was down to a second there, Ray Robson. He plays rook e1 and Magnus chops off the pawn. If rook takes rook, pawn takes attacks the queen. And if rook takes bishop, the other rook is hanging. Such sharpness tactically shown by Magnus. Sneaking a pawn, now knight g5. You can't take the bishop, it's protected. This bishop is attacked. Bishop comes back to g2. And now knight to e6, hitting the queen. Magnus playing this position so calmly. The queen attacks the bishop. The bishop comes back to b5. And now queen b2. The queen comes back here. And look at Ray Robson. He's fully focused. Rook takes rook. He's making all his moves with 1 second on the clock. He takes rook takes c1. And now pawn to d4. I love the way Magnus is playing. This pawn is so strong. The bishop is attacked. Where should it go? Must just simply bishop a6, but he goes bishop d3. Maybe he wants to reroute the bishop on the other diagonal. Knight goes to f3. And now this lovely move, bishop e4. Putting the bishop on this diagonal. Queen can come out in the center. Rook d1. Again, with 1 second, you can see Robson is so unhappy there. Magnus calmly keeping 2 minutes on the clock. Queen d5. He's attacking b3 pawn. He's putting pressure on the diagonal. Knight comes back to e1. Just trade it. Bishop takes g2. Knight takes. And now knight g5 with the idea of knight f3. But he goes h6. Taking away any back rank issues. Goes h4. Stopping knight g5 plans. And now rook to c8. Putting the rook on the open file. A lot to learn from Magnus's conversion abilities. b4 played. Do you go queen e4 here with the idea of rook c2? He goes rook c3. I love this move. Take, rook d5. You win a rook, but the pawn is unstoppable. Incredible. Queen d2 played. And now Magnus goes queen b3. He's attacking these two pawns. The knight on e6 is so powerful in defending. a5 played. And now just simply take the pawn. He first goes rook c2. And Robson comes back. He defends the position. Queen to f3. Now eyeing this pawn on f2. The rook on d1 would be hanging. So rook d2 played. Blocking the rook. And rook takes rook. Queen takes. And you have queen to c3. The pawn is moving up ahead. And queen a2 played. So you can simply chop off the pawn. And now a takes b6. Take back with the queen perhaps. a6 played here. And you go queen b5. A fine move here. And now knight to e1. Pawn pushing forward. The knight can come to c5 to defend this. Knight f3. And Magnus just is playing like a machine. Queen c6. He attacks the knight. On f3. Knight d2. And now the queen comes in to c2. Ray Robson stretches his hand in resignation. Magnus plays an incredible game. I mean, just from the point of view of opening, middle game, end game, everything was so precise. Just goes to show how good Magnus is. Meanwhile, Ray Robson, you can see the anger on his face. He's not happy. It's most likely a feeling that, you don't get to play Magnus often. You wanted to play a good game. You wanted to give a good fight. But you didn't find good moves on the board. You were low on the clock. And look at that. That's not something that Ray is happy with. And he's sitting there. He's trying to analyze what he could have done better. And well, that's how chess players improve. I'm sure he'll come back stronger. But for now, this is Sagar Shah signing off. Hope you enjoyed the game.